What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another wonderful show called the KTT Show. We are here with two of the coolest kids, and you might not recognize one, although you should recognize the other one. Miss Riley is here with us as always. Riley, say hey.
Hi.
And then we have a new male KTT host, which we are super excited about. He is coming to us from California. His name is Jaden Bunch. Thanks so much for being one of our hosts going forward, Jaden.
Thank you for having me.
And we are here with an OG in the sport. If you don't know who he is, then you must just not know cornhole. He is the one, the only SETO SOTO, ACL Pro. Thanks so much for joining us today, SETO.
What up, everybody? How you doing?
Awesome. Well, the kids are very excited to interview you. And just like every other KTT show, I just do a little intro and then I bow out because it's a kid-made show for kids by kids. And I'm not a kid, so I'm going to bow out. But you guys got this, and I'll come back when it's time to wrap it up. You guys, good luck.
All right. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, I'm really glad to have you here, and I'll start with some cornhole-related questions. I heard that Cornhole Mania was this last weekend. How did you do?
I did really good, considering I just had surgery 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. So coming off surgery and having stitches, didn't feel that great, but I threw good. I was happy with the way I threw.
What did you get stitches on? Did you hurt, what part of the body did you hurt yourself?
I had heart surgery, so they have to go through the artery in your leg, and then go up, and they went and searched the thing that was going on with my heart. And they fixed the problem. They took it out. The funny thing is during the surgery, I'm half awake. So I could feel the cameras going through my leg, going up to my heart, and actually moving around in my heart. So it's kind of fun. Not really, but it was fun.
I hope you didn't get stressed out when you were playing.
No, just a little bit of pain. Still have my stitches where they put the cameras in, but other than that, just a little discomfort, some soreness, but overall I think I threw pretty well. Yep.
What's your greatest achievement in cornhole?
What is my greatest achievement? Winning the leadership award last year through the ACL. And it was an award that is picked by the peers of who you play with. So I think that was the biggest honor that I've ever had, that others viewed me as a leader of the sport, which is very humbling and exciting at the same time, if that makes sense. Didn't expect it, didn't know I was going to win, but very happy in the same sentence. People I love dearly in the sport really made me feel really good about winning that award.
Yeah.
Did you do double elimination, single elimination, or is it just like a straightforward tournament?
For the I did the PDC the singles. I said doubles, and I did the blind draw. So in singles, I finished 33 overall. I finished 8th in doubles, and then I finished 33rd in the blind draw as well. So, but my PPR rating went up this weekend, and I felt very consistent this weekend. Most of my games came down to one bad round on my part. Either I just threw the bag wrong, or I tried to get extra points to win the game, and it was either 1 or 2 points. So either I get it in the hole or I lose. So, risks that you take in cornhole sometimes pay off, sometimes they don't. So, you take risks, you have fun. I'm learning to have fun with the game again, because I feel like I was trying to show the fans and the people out there that I belong and I do the best that I can. So I just wanted to make sure that I was trying to do good, and I just went to have fun and just play. And I did what I needed to do. My lowest PPR rating was a 797 the whole weekend. I had an 846 and 856 in one tournament, and finished with an 896 in one tournament as well. And that's a combined PPR of like 5 or 6 games. So I was pretty happy.
Okay. I have one more cornhole related question. How did you become one of the original ACL pros?
A couple years ago, it's been 5 years now. We went to the first tournament and played and was asked if we wanted a contract. And then myself and a couple other Clevelanders decided, yeah, that was the right choice. I looked at the contract. We were like, yeah, let's do this. And so we did. I was one of the first 24 to sign on the dotted line. I'm still one of 14 original players that play the game, and always will play the game. I love the game. I love the sport. I love the camaraderie. I got to meet yourself and several other players. And you know, it's great. It's gratifying that we're able to give back so much to others that are joining the sport.
Yeah. What does a typical day look like for you?
That's a hard question. A typical day. Well, a typical day for me, I do pest control for my real job. I kill bugs for a living. So most of the days I get up at 9 o'clock. I look at my truck, make sure all my product and everything that I need for the day is on my truck. I go out, I practice killing bugs. Not practice, I'm just kidding. I go out and do my jobs that I got to do. If it's a Monday, I come home around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I might take a nap before cornhole, my league. I'll go to league on Mondays. I also do league on Wednesdays, and then I also do my podcast on Thursdays with Shaggy, CBW Productions at the studio. I do my live streaming there. And then Fridays and Saturdays, depending on if I'm going to a tournament or not, or if I'm just hanging out with my wife, which I love to do. We might just be watching TV for the evening, or, you know, go out to eat. But a typical day in my life, you know, I do wake up and I praise God every day. I say my prayers, you know, like your mama taught you, you know, you say your prayers, but, you know, I look up to God and say, God, what are you going to put in my path today? Are you going to put someone in my path that I can talk to, or are you going to do something dramatic or whatever? And I just go on my day. You know, God is first and foremost in my life, you know, my wife, and then my kids, you know.
Speaking of pests, what are some of the craziest pests you had removed from a home or business?
Oh man. Well, you know, bed bugs are a really bad thing right now in our neck of the woods. But I think a rat running around in a kitchen area was one of the craziest I've ever had to deal with, because, you know, me and one of my partners, we went out there and we were trying to catch this rat, and it was running around. We had to kick it and then step on it because it just kept on running around. So I think that was the craziest. You know, I have a heart for people. So sometimes people's stories and people's lives change my outlook on some things sometimes. And I go into to a house, not expecting what I expect. And then God opens my eyes and, I leave that house with tears in my eyes. So, I'm there to help do a job and get rid of their pests. And sometimes it's overwhelming for the customer. Sometimes it's overwhelming for the people because they don't want to see their house in disarray, or they don't want to see their stuff, messed up, whatever, because they got bugs all over the place. Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes it happens. You don't have to be the cleanest people in the world, and you don't have to be the richest people in the world to have bugs. They go anywhere and anytime. You can go to $1 million home and have every insect in the world, or you can go down to the worst place and have no insects whatsoever. So I always tell everybody that insects are not prejudiced. They will go wherever they want to go, whenever they want to go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what would you do differently if you could go back in time?
Oh, what could I do differently if I could go back in time? First and foremost, I don't regret my life at all. I don't regret the path that I've been on, because God instructed that path. But I think if I was to do anything over, I guess it wouldn't be going over it, but I guess I would have pursued football like I wanted to, and probably pursued that in a way that the way that I was playing back in the day. I probably would have pursued football more than I did, because I know what it takes to be a professional now, being in the ACL and American Cornhole League. I would have loved to have been able to provide that with football.
Yeah. What position did you play in football?
I actually quarterbacked, wide receiver, and defensive back.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are my favorite spots. But I probably played everything. We played street football. I played street football with a lot of people back in the day. I had my own street football team. We would travel to different state or cities in the area. My brothers played. A lot of other people that I know played, and we were pretty good. We were pretty decent. We just had a lot of fun playing. So, yep.
I believe in, I think North Carolina or Virginia. I saw you have hot sauce with you.
Yeah, hot
how did you make?
sauce.
Yeah, and was it your hottest, or do you have any others?
No, the two hot sauces I have are J&K Specialty Foods. My friend Dave Johnson makes hot sauce, and I still have hot sauce for everybody. It is a gourmet hot sauce. So they have a gourmet hot sauce, and they have the Extreme 2 Exterminator 2 hot sauce. And they're both gourmet. So they're not the, oh my God, I got to go get some water hot sauce, but they are really soothing hot sauce, if that makes sense, for hot sauce. The gourmet is kind of like mild. The E2 that they call Extreme 2, that was made with the ghost pepper and everything too. So, my favorite hot sauce to this date.
Yeah, I was afraid to try when I was getting ready to throw. I'm like, I don't want my tongue burning, so I'll wait on that.
Yes.
What do you like to put hot sauce on?
I'll put it on anything. It don't matter. Sorry, I lost you guys for a second. Rice, tacos. I've been known to put it on eggs in the morning. Or I'll just take a spoonful and eat it just because I like it. I make my wife makes buffalo chicken dip. So she uses the extreme exterminator hot sauce for that as well. So I love buffalo dip. It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you do the buffalo wings?
Yes, buffalo wings. Yes, I fry my own my own chicken too. So you know, we fry them up. I'll make them up, get some butter, get some hot sauce together, and fry them up. That's good.
At
I
least I'm not the
slot
only
that
one.
up.
At least I'm not the only one who likes hot, spicy food.
There's a lot of people that
Favorite.
do. You know, my friend Ruben Snyder and I know you know Justin Stranger. They both love the Exterminator hot sauce as well. There's a lot of other players that do eat the Exterminator hot sauce that they say they like it. So it's pretty cool. It's you know, one of those things.
Yeah. Is there
Yep.
something that inspires you to go to work every day or like play cornhole?
You know, work inspires me because I got to pay my bills. Cornhole inspires me because I want to make a difference in the sport. I want to let everybody know that, you know, work hard, play right, be professional. You can be a leader no matter what. Even if you were the last 256 pro in the division, it doesn't matter if you're 256 or number one. It's how you carry yourself, how you behave outside and inside the ring, and how you present yourself. Be humble, be courteous, always be willing to shake somebody's hand and say hello, are all great things because those are characteristics of who you are. You know, your mom always tells you, I'm just going to give you a name. I know you're not this guy, but like, hey, Billy, make sure you pick up your clothes, make sure you brush your teeth, make sure you brush your hair, you know, and Billy comes back, well, Mom, I don't really want to do that. And then Mom's like, you got to listen, you got to do it, you got to pay attention. So, you know, there's things that you can do as a pro player to show others how to be a pro, you know, and through your actions speak louder than what anybody else sees, you know, because you are honoring your parents and you're doing the things that you want to do to grow yourself and grow the game. So if people see that, they're going to gravitate you, they're going to ask more questions, they're going to see you, they're going to be like, oh wow, this guy I want to really try to follow because I really like his mannerisms, the way he acts. And that's all about what your mom and dad teach you every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is one of your most embarrassing moments that's happened to you just recently?
One of my most embarrassing moments that ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get embarrassed. I don't really. I could go up on stage and be a fool and act a fool. I could go up on a stage with no clothes on and not worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get embarrassed. I mean, I am who I am. God made me the way that I am. And so I can't be embarrassed about anything. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I do is embarrassing. It might embarrass my wife. I might act like a fool and she might like, oh, come on, why'd you act like that? You know, or embarrass maybe people that are around me, but I don't, you know, Seto Soto has no embarrassing moments. I don't have any of those. Sorry.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have some, but they're not to be named. So
They're not to be named. Well, I mean, I know somebody was playing and they had jeans on and they ripped their jeans. You know, that was an embarrassing moment for the person that was playing. You know, and you know, it happens. I mean, but like truthfully, I don't it is what it is. You know, there's a saying that it is what it is, and it truly is. You know, it's, you know, things happen, and you could either be grateful for those things that happen, or you could be sheltered and not worry about those things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yep.
Is there a quote that motivates you, and what is it, if you have one?
My quote is, "To God be the glory." The reason why it motivates me is because it gets me up every morning. It puts a smile on my face every morning. And you know, if it wasn't for God, there's things that would have been changed in my life. May have not been who I am today, may have changed my trajectory if I didn't have God running my center. You know, God is there for me every day. He never leaves me. He never forsakes me. And he stands by me no matter what I do. You know, I'm a sinner just like everybody else. But I'm saved by grace, by the grace of God. And, you know, we still sin every day. We still fall short. We still get in a ditch. We still find ourselves crawling to get out of our ditch. But I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, if you believe, God will show you the way always, no matter what. In your pain, in your suffering, God will always show up. Maybe not on our time, maybe not on the time that we want God to show up, but God will show up on his time and the way that he wants to show you, not the way that we want it. Because if we want it today. We want it right now. We want it. Let's go. Come on, give it to me. And he doesn't do that. He'll do it on his month, maybe a month, maybe a year, maybe 3 months, whatever. He'll do it on his time. That was a great question. Thanks.
Would you rather have a fully stocked candy bar, or would you rather have a limitless coffee machine?
Well, considering I don't eat chocolate, I would probably go with the coffee machine. I don't eat chocolate, so sue me right there. I don't eat chocolate.
I'm not a super big chocolate fan, but I eat a little bit of it. But if you were to have coffee, what kind of coffee would you want?
French vanilla coffee. Anything made by donut shop or Dunkin' Donuts coffee all day long, every day. You know, one in the morning, one at night. You know, good to go.
Yeah, I would rather have iced coffee, just regular iced coffee.
You
Normal
drink iced coffee?
I've tried it once and I actually kind of liked it, but not regular coffee. Not yet.
So can I ask each one of you guys a question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start with you. So my question to you is, what is the best experience you've ever had playing this game, this sport, and who is your inspiring player that you like?
That's a good question. I know some people that I play with recently passed. They're the pro, John Clavette. We'd play together, and he's really inspired me with how he would always say, "Come on, Riley, you're doing the work. I'm just going to help you a little bit, but you're going to do most of it." He's inspired me a lot to get me to be where I'm at right now. And then my dad inspired me sometimes. And the first question, that's the hard one. I'm not sure if I can answer that one.
I think I got an answer for you. You're coming out of a shell. And I think playing cornhole gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want in life. I think it brings out a happiness in you. I think it brings out a joy. I think it brings out a joy in you that your smile is infectious to other players. And I think if you keep doing that, no matter what you do in school, no matter how you do it, you're going to inspire others to do things that you may learn through the cornhole community. It's a pleasure meeting you, so, you inspire me because I want you to succeed. And I know you can do it.
Thank you. That's really nice. Well, I don't know what inspires me by you, but I still am happy about the candy thing that you gave me at North Carolina bar for free, or Virginia, wherever we were at.
Wherever we were at. Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad I was able to do something nice for someone. So, and if it was for you, then I appreciate it, because you guys are what we want to grow the game and what we inspire ourselves to be like one day. That's it.
They're good, right, Zito?
What'd you say?
They're good little podcasters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask the other guy?
Yeah,
question?
Jaden. Yeah, absolutely.
Jaden. Hey, Jaden, will you answer the same question?
Yeah. There's this guy named Cody Bird at our cornhole league that we go to, and he's been really nice to me. And he like will come coach me when I'm in a game, or like he's been really nice to me when I've been playing. When I started in November.
Awesome. When you started, did you feel like you were kind of out of place? Did you feel like, oh man, I gotta step up my game? Or were you instantly greeted with, hey, what's up, little man? What can we do to help you? Did the other players kind of pick you up when you thought you were down? Do you get that kind of respect from the players now?
Yeah, I knew a lot of them when I first started coming. And then now there's really a lot of people that I could beat now.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
one last question for you. If a kid your age was getting ready to play cornhole for the first time, from what you've learned, what advice would you give that kid the same age as you? What advice would you give them to grow in themselves and to help grow themselves?
Just throw a flat bag and keep it on the board.
Decent advice.
That's awesome.
Pivoting off that advice question, though, Cito, these kids are in the process of becoming our Kids That Are Two main podcasters, so that Mish and I don't have to do any of the work when it comes to Kids That Are Two interviews. They'll just take it from the get-go. So you are a podcaster yourself. You've given cornhole advice. Clearly they look up to you in the cornhole realm. My question is, what can you offer them advice-wise going forward to be their best cornhole podcasting selves?
You know what? Be true to who you are always, because being true to who you are only brings out the best in you. Pretending that you are somebody that you're not may fall short, and people will see the fakeness in you. Never try to be fake. Never try to do something that you would not do every day of your life. Always wear a smile on your face, because things could be worse in other people's lives, and they're looking to you guys for that uplifting moment that could be everything that you could ever think of. I always tell everybody, your stories are impactful for other people to hear, because if they don't hear your story, it may not help someone else out going through the same problem that you guys go through. So always try to be uplifting as much as you can, and never try to be fake.
I love that. And I always tell Jaden's new to the team, but I always tell the girls, like, do not be too critical of yourself, because even if you're not that happy with the performance, whether it be podcasting or on a cornhole court, you've learned something that will provide the ability to be better than you were going forward. I mean, it's just,
Absolutely.
There is no such thing as failure as long as you use it as a learning situation.
Right. Never walk out of a board without shaking somebody's hand and without looking at somebody face to face. The worst thing you can do is lose a game and leave and not give a shake or shake somebody's hand after the game. The best thing to do is pick your head up, go to that player, great game, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. Go to the bathroom, shake off, wash your face, do whatever you got to do, but never show anyone that you're vulnerable in that aspect. I know you guys are kids. I know it happens, but never show anybody that you're vulnerable. Always stand tall no matter what happens in your life, because I can tell you right now, If you do that, you're going somewhere in your life, always, no matter what.
I love Maya Cup always, and it sticks with me from the very first interview I ever did with her. She said, I tell myself when I lose, it wasn't my day. It was somebody else's day. You
That's
know,
it.
we don't always get a day. Like, you know, it's not always, you can't win them all.
Nope.
I have a couple spitfire questions, like real quick questions that I would love to ask and go around and have all three of you guys give me your answers, if you don't mind, real quick before we finish.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
We'll start with Seto, then we'll go to Jaden, then we'll go to Riley, and then I'll ask the next one. All right, so starting with Seto. Seto, do you have any hidden talent?
Hidden talent. No, I can dance. That's it.
That's cool. I
don't know
would
if
have
it's-
known.
I don't know if it's a hidden dance secret or not, but I can dance.
Okay. Jaden, you have any hidden talent?
I don't think so.
That's okay. You'll discover it. You're young. What about you, Riley?
I could sing. I used to sing in a
Okay, I
choir.
didn't know that about you, so that's a great one. All right, what
I
about,
kinda-
what'd you say?
Nothing, just gone.
Okay, Cito, if you have a boat, I don't know if you have one, but if you had one, what would you name it?
Oh gosh. I don't know.
I feel like your quote would be a great boat name.
For a boat name, to God be the glory, that might be a good boat name. Yes, that might be good. Hey, there you go. If I had a boat, that's what I would name it.
Awesome. What about you, Jaden?
I don't really have a name for it, but I have like a year, like 2018, because that's when my town burned down in the campfire.
Oh, so that's, you know, Mish and I were on Cito's Cornhole podcast, and Mish told the story because that's how we met Jaden, was through Mish, Cito.
Okay.
They had the same fire situation.
Ooh.
So, I mean, that's a impactful one. And Jaden, we still have to do a little interview with you to get to know Jaden as well, because we did one with the other hosts, but we'll do that later. And you guys can, audience members can get to know more about Jaden and that experience through that. But Riley, what about you? If you had a boat?
Well, if I were to have a boat, I'd probably go fishing. So I'd probably say catch fish.
Catch fish. I like it. It's simple. It's to the point.
don't
It's
know.
goal oriented.
That is awesome. That is
I'm
awesome.
probably not gonna have a boat anyway, so I don't know. Can't name it a regular person's name.
Hey,
Weird.
Riley, never say never, because anything can happen. Remember, you are your own destiny, and whatever happens in your life is up to you. You can win no matter what, but if you lose, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going forward. Never say never, because never comes. Strive to be very best and always have dreams. Achieve your dreams, because that's what's going to get you somewhere. Saying that you can't do something, saying it's never going to happen, is an unforsakable sentence. It should never be said by anyone, because you can achieve whatever you put your mind to and whatever you set your heart to. Because if you always have fun doing what you love to do, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
I second that one. I mean, talking about great pieces of advice, I think live where you love. And if you don't love where you live, move and do what you love. And if you don't love what you do, change it. Because, you know, we only have a certain amount of time to do these things. You want to love every minute that you can. Okay, last question is, start with Cito again. If you had 24 hours to hang out in any city, in any country of this world, where would you go and why?
I'd stay in my own city. I love Cleveland. Cleveland is my heart, my soul. Cleveland is where it's at, and I would probably be in Slyman's Corned Beef Palace downtown.
I love it. That's so interesting. I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
and then what about you, Jaden?
It would probably be Maui, because it's just, I like the beach and I have fun down there.
Jaden, I'd be with you there. What about you,
Never
Riley?
been.
Well, that's a hard one. Maybe I would say Arizona, because I haven't seen my grandparents for like a couple years. It'd be nice to hang out there for like
Oh, I
days.
love that. That's a sweet answer. Okay, and I said that was the last one. I lied. Last one. I want one adjective that you guys think most embodies who you are as a person.
Love.
I love it. Okay, love. What about you, Jaden?
Kind.
I love it. Brian,
That was the one I was gonna have.
have the same one.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful. I love these. Look at what great people I spend my days with and my nights with over here at KTT Show. That's awesome. Mine would just be annoying or loud. Mine are not nearly as great as y'all's are.
I know
But-
one, but it can be not nice. But I was just thinking, maybe like well, yeah, you're nice.
Go ahead, lay it
Cool.
on me. I my feelings don't get hurt.
No, you're cool. That's a good one.
I like cool. I'll take cool any day of the week.
Yeah,
all right.
You wear some pretty good clothes.
Oh, thank you. But speaking of KTT, mom
Mhm.
shirt designed by Riley's mom. Thank you very much, Riley's mom. And hey, by the way, Riley, I heard you give a shout out to your dad. Ceto, you don't know this, but she has some animosity with her dad on the cornhole court sometimes. So that was a very exciting thing to see Riley do, was to give her dad some cornhole love as one of the people who inspires her in the sport.
Just this once.
Just this
Just
one,
this
one
once.
time. Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
I think her parents are great. I got to meet them, got to hang out with
They're
them for a little
awesome.
bit. They're great people, you know, and I'm just, like I said, I was just glad to be able to bless them with her shirt and her jersey. So we're all good.
They're
I
awesome.
still haven't seen her wear it yet. So I'm still waiting for the
better
time
get
that
that
she's got to
on.
wear it.
It's still kind of big. But I'll fit into it.
One day.
It's right close near my knees.
We got to get you some KTT stuff. I think we sent you a beanie, right? Yep.
Yes, I have a beanie.
Yeah, but we got to get you some more KTT stuff to represent, and we got to get some to Jaden too. But this has been so fun. Ceto, you are always, you unpack a wealth of knowledge every time I either watch your show on Ceto Soto's Cornhole Corner, or whether I see you as a guest on somebody else's show like ours. We appreciate you as just being a mentor and just a pillar within the sport, and all of the positivity and the leadership that you bring, you know, to a sport that as it grows has the potential to go a toxic way. You're the one who just keeps helping us steer it back in the right direction. So we appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. And for everybody out there, hey, go put your bags in the hole. Fly straight, fly right, and go in the hole. Peace, love, and happiness. Love you guys.
I love it all. Thanks guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, Whitney.
Peace.